Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Let me go and set up this room real quick, and then we'll get started with our session today. Set up. All right, so that looks good. It's good right there too. Today is Tuesday, February 15th. Looks good. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here. All right, cool. People are making their way right now, guys. So give me a few minutes right now and just get everything all started. Then we'll start looking at the retail sentiment and everything for this morning. I believe there's some inflation news today too, so we're gonna see how that's affecting the market. But other than that, I think that's it. All right, cool. Morning, everybody. Let's see. Let's start off with retail sentiment. Morning, Maria. All right, so going over here, looking at retail sentiment, market is currently 53% long, so we're probably gonna be looking for some sells today. Looking over at the fundamentals, price is currently 325 points in the green. So retail sentiment's not that strong. Fundamentals are actually pretty high, so we'll see how this plays out when the market actually does open for the day. So we'll give it a few more minutes. Market is going to open in about 10 minutes, guys. It's 6:20 right now. So in the next 10 minutes, we'll see where the fundamentals are sitting, and then we'll determine which direction we'll be trading in for the day with regard to bias. Morning, Kenny. Morning, everybody. Let's see. Over here on the 1 minute. Currently on the 1 minute, price is currently bearish. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Looking over here at the 3 minute, same situation. Price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Lastly, here on the 5 minute, same situation. So price is below the pivots, but the trend meter is blue, indicating that price is indecisive at the moment. So there's no strong bias right now with regard to the technicals. Tying retail sentiment over here at 53% long with fundamentals, there's no consistent bias there with regard to these two confluences. Looking over here at the technicals, price is somewhat bearish, but it's not that strong because you can see here price is starting to make its way back up towards the pivots. So we'll give it some time. The next 9 minutes or so, we can determine whether our bias is going to be for a sell or whether our bias is going to be for a buy. Morning, Funmi. Morning, Brenda. Morning, everybody. People are still making their win, so I'll give it some time. It's only 6:21 right now, so we've got 9 minutes till market open. 10 minute over here is pretty indecisive as well. Let's see. This is the wrong chart. Let me see if I can find out. These are the same, actually. Rick said, "Why are you up so early this morning?" Right, Rick. Morning, Peter. Morning, Lisa. Morning, everybody. Just gotta make sure Tommy's up. Where's Tommy at? I knew Tommy was gonna get up for this. So let's see, guys. It's 6:22 right now. We still have about 8 minutes till market open, so we do have a lot of time. As I mentioned earlier, guys, retail sentiment's not that strong. It's 53% long. So, I mean, we'll still be looking for some sells, but this isn't going to be a game changer with regard to identifying confluence and bias. Um, Fundamentals are very bullish. So they're up 311 points. We'll see what happens when the market actually opens. And then, we can go from there. But tying the technicals with retail sentiment and fundamentals, there just isn't any strong bias right now. So we're just gonna have to wait until the market actually opens to determine, where we should be trading for the day. Yeah, actually morning. So I'll give it a few more minutes, guys. It's still pretty early. Prior to market open. So we'll give it some time and we'll go from there. Miles, morning. Morning, Dave. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna draw the liquidity areas so we can be prepared for market open right here on the 1 minute. It looks like there's a lot of liquidity here sitting on the top side. So if we get some sort of breakout to the top, then you'll likely hit all this liquidity. There's some liquidity below here too, but it's definitely not as much. Yeah, I think that's it. Hey, Jason, morning. Morning, everybody. All right, so looking here on the 1 minute, you guys can see that there's a lot of liquidity right here on the top side, more than on the bottom side. So if price does push up, we can probably see it push up pretty high. With the fundamentals currently bullish, this is probably going to push up as well. Also, I think there's like some updates with the whole Ukraine-Russia situation. I guess, I don't know, I'm assuming things got diffused overnight, but we'll see, how well does that actually hold up throughout the session today. Anton said if I saw what happened to gold. I haven't looked at gold, so I haven't. But I'm sure the inflation news and the war stuff affected it, of course, because it's a direct asset to the DXY, which is the dollar. So I haven't looked at it, but maybe I can take a quick glimpse at it right now to see if I missed anything. Let's see, we got 630 right over here. All right, guys, market's going to open in about 5 minutes. So Anton said London looped it. Let me go check it real quick. So here's gold over here. Yeah, so it looks like it did get hit pretty hard during London session. Huge dump right here. But it looks like it might just be swinging back up. It's kind of like what happened right here. It's basically like the same situation, like right here. Price kind of dumped a bit, and then it just came right back up above the pivots. So we'll see. Well, I don't trade gold, so I'm not really going to follow this, but yeah, this might be a swing back to the upside right here, but who knows? It might just continue dropping. All right, so it's 6:26 right now, guys. Market's going to open in about 4 minutes. Hey, Stephen, morning. And we'll see where it goes from here. Looks like volatility is starting to die down pretty heavily for US30 over here prior to market open. So if you guys are just joining the room, retail sentiment for US30 is currently at 53% long, so it's not very strong. It does have some sort of bias there, like a small bias, but it's not going to be a game changer when determining which direction to be trading in. The big one here is probably going to be the fundamentals since it's up like 300 points. But the problem with this is that it's going opposite of the technicals here. The technicals here are actually bearish. So we're getting mixed signals in both directions. The technicals are indicating a bearish bias. Fundamentals are indicating a bullish bias. Retail sentiment isn't really indicating anything. So We'll see what happens when the market actually opens, because what might happen is you might get a fake out to the bottom side, and then maybe it'll come back up, right? But you guys can see that there's liquidity here on both sides. There's liquidity right here. There's liquidity right here. So either way, if price goes down or goes up, it'll have some sort of power to, push it further in that direction. Because if it does hit below here, where liquidity is sitting, it can easily come down and push down to the next area of liquidity right here. One thing that you guys want to keep in mind, though, is that there's sessions lined up right here as well. This red dotted line and this green dotted line. Also, I think there was news this morning too. So let me just go and see if I can refresh that. Today's Tuesday right here. There was PPI news right here at 5:30, which was positive, which is inflation news. So going back to 5:30 over here, basically what happened. This is prior to news. And I can probably put a dotted line there. And this might be where price will be going on open. All right, guys, market is going to open in about a minute. Morning, C-Soup, morning, Orain. Morning, Fahad, morning, everybody. And we'll see where it goes from here. In about 40 seconds till market open. When the market opens, we'll take a look at the fundamentals to see where price is going. And then from there, we will make a decision with our bias. Nice, yeah. C6 and Taco Tuesday. That sounds good. All right, so we got about 30 seconds, guys. Market's about to open shortly. Let's see if price hits liquidity below here or if price hits liquidity on the top side. Yeah, Kip said setting up for overall bullish move. 10-minute signal just before open allows for daily entry for some buy point, but wouldn't be surprised for initial bearish manipulation. Yeah, I agree, Kip. That's exactly what I'm anticipating too. So let's see what happens here. Market is going to open in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is now open. So let's see what happens here. So if this candle here closes with a strong red candle, then that would be your breakout, Steven. I know that's what you're looking for. So that's what you need to be focusing on. Looking over here at the fundamentals. Fundamentals are currently at 268 points. So I don't know if I would take any sells, Steven. It doesn't look like it's going to close as a strong red candle anyway. So I don't think you're going to have that entry there. If the breakout doesn't happen within the first 5 minutes, then there's no breakout. But basically what you'd be looking for here is either a strong red candle or a buy signal to confirm a switch in the bias. I think overall, just like Kip said, well, I do expect it to be bullish overall. It's probably just going to come down a little bit and then it'll shoot right back up. There's also a lot of sessions down here. So it's, something to keep an eye out for. All right. So no entry for any breakout right there, Steven. If this closes green, this is going to be a V3. So this will be a V3 right here for a buy. It's kind of a big move, but I'll be adjusting my TP stop loss as this continues to move along. It's going to be a little bit risky, guys. So let's see. What I might do is I might let it breathe a little bit, and then I'll probably try to, or let me see. About 10 seconds to determine whether I want to hop into this or not. Or hop in later for late entry. So let's see. All right, so I'm in the position right here, guys, for the V3. There he goes. It pushes up. I'm going to move my stop loss in profit, guys. I hate TP. Stop loss is currently in profit. I'm going to try to move my TP higher and try to trail it even further because it is hitting liquidity. Currently in profit about 3,000. I'm going to keep moving my stop loss in profit though. Full TP off that. I'm going to keep moving it up though. I've guaranteed 4,500 profit right now. It's still pushing up. My stop loss is in profit. I didn't pull out. If you guys want to pull out in profit, pull out. If not, I'm chasing it. I'm up about 5,000 right now. Let's see. Let's keep pushing it. Move this TP higher. There's a lot of liquidity. That's why I'm just going to keep trailing it higher. So if you guys want to pull out in profit, pull out in profit. If not, just keep holding on to it. I'm holding on to it right now. I guaranteed about 4,000 in profit. I'm going to keep moving it higher and higher. Come on, no. Just keep going higher. See, I'm currently 5,000 in profit. I'm going to move my stop loss a bit higher. Let's see where the liquidity is at. So price is rejecting right off. You guys can see this pink line I drew earlier. That's where news happened this morning. So move my stop loss in profit. Don't hit me. I put my stop loss like right below this this wick right here. So my stop loss is in profit. I'm still holding it about 6,000 right now, about 7,000 in profit. Let's go. See how far it pushes. Yeah, I'm holding on to it. I'm in profit about 6,000. I'm gonna let it push up even higher if possible. Let's see, I'm in profit 7,000 now. Let me just take my TP off. I don't even need a TP. How far can I go? Okay, I'm in profit about 8,000 now, guys. Move my TP higher. Move my stop loss higher below that this current candle. Guaranteed about 8,200. I'm in profit 9,000. All right, let's go. A little higher. I'm in profit 10,000. Nice. Oh shit. I can't even move my TP. How do I delete my TP? I can't even delete it. The price is too high. I got to go on the higher time frame. I'm gonna take my TP off. See how far I can hold this. All right, I'm gonna leave my stop loss right. I'm in profit 12,000 right now. I'm moving but a bit higher. Where is it looking? It's hitting liquidity, so whatever. I made about 12,000 off that. I'm moving my stop loss a little too close, so oh man, it's shooting up even higher. Whatever, guys. So I hit liquidity here. This is exactly what we were looking for. I mentioned, if price goes up, hits liquidity right here, it's going to push up even higher. So it hit liquidity, pushed up, hit liquidity again right here. I locked in pretty solid profit off that. So I locked in some pretty solid profit right here. Hit liquidity, and then I moved my stop loss a little too close and it pulled me out. I locked in a total of 11,590. So it kind of just wicked me out right there, but it's all good. I was only supposed to make about 4,000 off that. I made it 11,500. So yeah, hopefully you guys made some pretty good profit off that. But yeah, guys, so give you guys a little update here. Screenshot my profits real quick. So that's pretty nice. Vince said she found any cheat code. Oh my God, look at Tommy right here. Dude, Tommy just joined the room. Tommy, you're like 2 minutes late, bro. You see this big move here? You just missed the entire thing. This guy, freaking Tommy. I just saw Tommy, he just joined the Zoom right now. See, literally, like we were just talking about this last night. You're literally a minute late, Tommy. Well, made 12K off that, so. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys made some pretty good profit off that right there. What was that? This is a V3, right? Yeah, V3. Technically this V3 was only for about 450 pips. So we'll count it for like whatever it was meant for. But obviously I made a lot more than that. So 450 pips off that. Damn, Tom, I can't believe you missed this, bro. Nice, Steven. Yeah, no problem, Steven. Hopefully you locked in some good profit off that. I know you're looking for the breakout. This probably was better than the breakout because it was a V3 and it actually pushed up pretty heavy. So great move right there, guys. Hopefully all you guys locked in profit off that. Let me take a screenshot of my profits too. I'm still looking for trades, guys. So we're not done looking for trades here. I'm still yeah, no, like what Fahad said, Tommy, it was a breakout. It was also a triple confluence. So that thing pushed up super heavy. All right, I made 11,800 off my FTMO. 11,500 off my other FTMO, or my MFF actually, sorry. My FTMO over here, I locked in 11,900. And then my main account, I locked in 11,590. So there's some slippage there, just a little bit, but overall it was pretty good. All right, so I'm just posting up my profits right now, and I'll get back to the charts. There's no entries that are available right now, obviously, but we will be looking for more entries along the way. All right. All right, perfect. So yeah, hopefully you guys locked in some profit off that. It's a quick move, and there's a lot of opportunity to get in a little later, but definitely a massive move right there. All right, so here's my personal account, guys. My personal account, I locked in 353. This is my personal trading account. My MFF here, I locked in 11,800. My other MFF, I locked in 11,500. You guys can see the profits are a little different. My FTMO copy right here, I locked in 11,910, almost 12,000. And then my main account here, you guys can see with the red strip, this is because my stop loss got hit in profit. I locked in 11,590. So, I mean, great profit all around right there. Hopefully all you guys locked in some pretty good profit off that as well. But let's continue to see if we can find any more entries here. Definitely looking for some more buys, but with this kind of market, I mean, we'll see if we can get anything that's, you know, smooth at all. That was a nice push to the upside. Solid, guys. So great work, everybody here. If you guys have profits, go ahead and send them in. Looks like Dejan over here took the buy as well, locked in a total of 329. Great work, Dejan. Jonathan over here locked in a total of 934, all wins, no losses. Brock over here locked in a total of 2,700. Nice work, Brock. And I think that's it for right here. In the trade chat, we got Milzon over here locked in a total of 5,967. Nice. Yeah, Milzon also trailed his move there, held it on for a bit longer. Scotty over here locked in about 1,917 right there. Nice work, Scotty. Dell over here locked in 2,816. Nice work, Dell. Let me go back over here. So no entry off here right now, guys. Currently, there's a possible V3 right here that's coming up. But here's the problem. The thing is, price is super overextended right here, guys. So I don't think I'll be entering this V3 yet. I might want to wait for it to actually pull back a little bit before I hop in. Because the thing is, if you just look at the charts, it's super overextended. And the thing is, this entry here is going to be kind of long. So I'm probably going to hold off on this for, yeah, and we also need a sell signal. Exactly. So thanks, D. And Madu for confirming that. So no V3 here, guys. I know a lot of you guys are probably antsy and want to enter a trade right away, but there's no entry here because there's no pending buy. We got to wait for it to pull back a bit. Tommy said, I need to stop sleeping in. I know, right? Let me scroll up real quick. All right, guys, great work, everybody. I think that's it for right now. Yeah, exactly. Kip said, I'll bet a 50% pullback on the 10-minute daily. Yeah, it's pretty much what I could see happening too. So no entries here off the 1 minute, guys. Obviously, our bias today is going to be bullish. I mean, if you guys haven't noticed already, our retail sentiment is not very strong. So this isn't really going to come into play. It's only 52% long, so we're not really going to use this very much. However, the fundamentals here are up heavily. They're up 455 points. So if you look at the stock index right here, everything here is pretty much green. There's like 2 red stocks, one that's like partially red and Chevron, which is like down 1 point. Everything else is very green. So for the most part here, we're still looking for some buys. Vince is asking if I could put up the V3 requirements. Yeah. There you go. So those are the V3 requirements right there. As price continues to move along, I will create new areas of liquidity. You know, those areas of the liquidity from earlier worked out perfectly. It triggered all the liquidity, came up, pushed past, and there we go. All right. So I'm basically gonna be waiting for price to go into some consolidation, arranging, and then we can catch the breakout from there. All right. All right, so no entries available right now. Here's the liquidity that I drew earlier this morning. As you guys can see, it went and hit all liquidity right here. Now it's coming back down. As price comes back down, we will be identifying new areas of liquidity and following these high lows to see if there's any other places here for it to indicate where price is likely to go. So as you can see, price is dropping right here, and it's cool because it's creating new areas of liquidity above here. So as it continues to climb its way down, when it does shoot back up, it'll be sorry guys, I'm trying to read the messages here. Steven, I'll answer your question later, okay? Because like I mentioned, I'm not answering any questions right now, we're trading. So if you can hang on until later, Steven, I'll answer your question at the end. But right now I'm not going to answer any of your questions. We want to focus on these trades. Sorry, I was reading Steven's question, it threw me off. We need full focus on the charts right now. So nothing here off the 1 minute. You can see prices now starting to range within this area, which is okay. And I'll be looking to hop in as price swings back up. So we have no pending buy signal here, so we can't take the buy even if we get this V3 right here, because it doesn't fit the requirements. Yeah, it sucks. It would have been a good one too if we were able to catch it. It's hidden liquidity at in this area. All right. So price just hit liquidity right there, but unfortunately there was no entry for a buy. Would have been good if there was an entry there, but there wasn't. So since this liquidity here has gotten hit, we'll take that off and we'll just keep pushing our range wider until there's some sort of confirmation here with direction. All right. So nothing here off the 1 minute, nothing here off the 3 minute, nothing here off the 5 minute, and nothing here off the 10 minute. Let's see if there's any snipes around this area. I don't think there's going to be. Yeah, because price is so far up. So it doesn't really look like. Yeah, no snipes available here, guys. So nothing off the 10. This would be the daily. This would, I don't know, the candle is on open, so no entry off that either for the daily. All right, so let's just go back to the 1. There's not really much going on. As you guys can see, price is just ranging sideways within this area right here. Once there's a direction, we can trade in that direction, but currently right now, there's just nothing for us to take at the moment. Here you can see price is pushing below, and we do have that sell signal right there, which is exactly what we're looking for. Once we get the sell signal, we'll have a pending buy, and we can possibly hop into some sort of buy entry. Let me check this real quick. Sorry, I'm just going to check my copier to see what's looking like right now. Cool. All right, looks solid. All right, so we got a new low here. That was, I mean, technically like sort of salvaged. No sell signal though, so we still can't take any buys, guys. So we're looking for buys, but we need a sell signal to come up where price pulls back so that we can have that pending buy momentum in our direction. So for the most part, what we're looking for here is for price to pull back. Price hasn't really pulled back yet. You can see price pushed up and it's just been going sideways this whole time. We want price to pull back quite a bit so that when it comes back up, we'll be ready to ride that to the upside. Currently right now, there's no pullback. It's just, going sideways. Other than that, let's see, everyone sent in their profits here. So let's see, Scotty locked in 900, Dell locked in 2,816, Rain over here locked in 1,176. Nice work, Rain. Sisu over here locked in 9,360. Nice work, Sisu. And Kenny over here locked in a total of 1,369. So great work right there, guys. If you guys have more profits to send in, feel free to send them in, and then I'll add them to the list. Maria over here as well, locked in a total of, let's see, it's still loading. We'll come back to it. But yeah, Kenny over here locked in a total of 1,369. Sean over here locked in a total of 1,154. Nice work, Sean. Dennis over here locked in a total of 9,321. Nice work, Dennis. Definitely. Let's see, Cameron over here locked in a total of 3,941. So a lot of you guys are pretty deep in profit this morning with me. Vincent as well. Vincent locked in a total of 1,127. Maddie over here locked in a total of 1,072 off this account. And then his second account over here locked in 1,752 as well. So great work right there, Maddie. Maddie's brother Charles over here as well locked in a total of 1,662 off this account. And then his other account locked in the same amount, 1,662 over here. So nice work right there, Charles. Miles as well. Miles locked in a total of 3,105. Nice work, Miles. Brenda said, first profit in K2 on my life account. Nice. So Brenda over here locked in her first profit. So congrats to you, Brenda, with K2. Locked in a total of $100.68 for this morning. So great work right there, Brenda. And it's not the last. You'll have more coming. Andreas over here as well, locked in a total of 1,690. Nice work, Andreas. And then Stephen locked in a total of 1,652 for the day. So great work right there, Stephen. Great work amongst everyone over here. Eunice as well, he's on vacation right now, locked in a total of 437. So great work right there, Eunice. I know a lot of you guys are looking for a buy right here. I'm not going to take this buy just yet because this V1 right here, well, I mean, yeah, it's technically a V1. It's technically also a V3. But just the way that the market's moving right here, I would hold off on taking this trade. You can see it's not even, it might not even close as a, yeah, might not even close as a green candle. So yeah, so either way, there's not going to be an entry there. It looked like there was going to be an entry, but just from the looks of it, I already had a feeling it wasn't going to close as an entry. That technically was going to close as a V1 or a V3. But here, as you guys can see, price is now coming right back down, right? This is the pullback that we were looking for. We're going to wait for it to confirm the direction because one of two things will happen. Price will either continue dropping or continue pushing back up. I should have left the marker here for, let me see if I can put it back up. This is where price was prior to news. Right there. So this pink line right here is pretty much before the inflation news came out this morning. Price broke past it and now it's coming right back down. So we will see where it goes from here. Here's a clean chart. Let me just fix this here. So there's a high for the day. And There is the low for the day. Market open right here. Right there. So this blue line here is going to be opening price. As you can see, price is coming back down. One of two things will happen when price comes back to this area. When price comes back down to opening price, one of two things will happen. Price will either bounce off it and come back up, or it'll break below and continue dropping. As you guys can see, there's liquidity below here. So if price does hit this area, then it'll probably drop a bit further to this next area of liquidity right here. Just a couple of things to look out for. Main thing would be opening price, but from the looks of it, bias is still pretty bullish. You guys can see here from the stock index, for the most part, every stock here is green aside from two stocks below here, 3M and Chevron. It's still up 353 points. Let me see if I can open CNBC. Yeah, CNBC over here indicates that all of the indexes are all green. So Dow's up 356 points, S&P's up, Nasdaq's up, Russell 2K's up. Everything's pretty much bullish for the day. So we're still looking for it to, obviously come back up. Yeah, Kip's anticipating a bounce as well. So it's just gonna be a matter of time. It's a game of patience at this point. You guys don't want to hop into a trade and get caught in a lot of whipsaws over here as price continues to bounce around. You definitely want to just be patient, wait for actual entries to come up. So we got the low right there. Gonna clean this up a little bit, but you guys already know what we're looking out for. Possible swing back to the upside. All right. There we go. As price starts to drop further. Here's a clean chart. Turn this off. All right. 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 10, 11, and 12. As you guys can see, price is still dropping down lower. It's pretty much what I was just alluding to earlier. Price is probably going to come down and retest opening price right here. When it tests opening price, one or two things will happen. Price will either bounce off it and shoot back up, or it'll break through and hit liquidity here and drop even further. So it's pretty much just it's just a matter of time. You guys can see like it's super choppy here from market open 6:30 to 7. I think once it's probably going to hit this point by 7. So the next 4 minutes or so, it'll reach opening price. And then from that point, it'll choose its direction for the next hour. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing for us to take at the moment. I'll put another line here for opening price. 629. Okay. Let's see. There were a couple of sells here too, so I'm not sure if you guys are looking at trades in the other direction. I'm not looking to trade for any sells right now. My bias is still a buy, but if you guys looked up here, there was a V3. I think this is the one that Maddie was looking at. There was a V3 right here. It's a green candle followed by red candle pending sell. If you took the V3 right there, that would have been a full TP. But as I've discussed before, guys, we're trying to focus on direction over here with having a bias. So as you guys can see, you guys can still take trades in both directions, but the thing is, you're better off just trading with a bias. Nice, yeah. Anton said, yeah, it bounced off golden pocket. Yeah, I personally don't look at fibs, but a lot of those analysis do line up with what we apply. So it's good to have a different perspective, especially if you guys like to use fibs. I personally don't like using fibs because I feel like it's super subjective, but if you know how to use them properly, it'll probably line up with a lot of our price points here as well. But this is technically a V3 right here, guys. But like I was mentioning earlier, I'm waiting for some sort of confirmation that price is going to come back up. Because the thing is, this could easily just come back down. Because the main area that we're looking for is this line right here. Technically, this V3 here would have been a full TP already. And the thing with this is that it's too tight of a move, so I wouldn't have taken it. Yeah, see, and that's exactly why I wouldn't have taken it. The stop loss would have been too close. So this is why I'm being a little patient. You can see price is now coming down to this blue line. This is pretty much what I was waiting for. I want to see if price bounces off it or if it breaks below, because it's coming down to opening price right here. This is where it's really important, right? A lot of people don't have the patience to wait for these moves to play out. You can see right here, it's now coming down below. It broke below opening price. If it hits this area, it's going to hit liquidity. But one thing that you guys want to look out for as well is that there's a red line right here, which is the London high. So when price does hit this area, this is the next area that we'd be paying attention to, right? So this blue line here that I drew earlier, I mentioned price will do one of two things. It'll either bounce off it or it'll break below and hit liquidity. Now that it's getting close to this area, the same situation here, right? Because we do have sessions right there. Price can bounce off that, or it can come down below even further and hit the next area of liquidity below here, right? So you guys definitely want to be careful. And you can see right there, it's rejecting right off that blue line. And there you go, perfect rejection off that blue line that I drew right there. So just be a bit patient, guys. Don't hop into trades just yet. You kind of want to see what the market's telling you first before you hop into these moves, because it's at a critical price point. Nice work. Yeah, Jason said, hey, Sean, bro, just passed my phase 1 FTMO 100K. Just got it today. Nice. So yeah, Jason passes FTMO with one trade today. That trade on open. So congrats to you, Jason. I think you have your funded account on the way too, right? Just waiting for those login details. All right, so here we go. Price is right at opening price right now. Now we just got to wait to see what price does from here. So there you go, rejection right off that blue line. It's exactly what we were anticipating. Now we just got to see if price continues to drop lower or if it just bounces off here and skyrockets back up. Looks like it's trying to make its way back up, but it's just not really having that push. So yeah, we'll see. $7:01 right now. Still got an hour on the session, so hopefully we catch at least one more trade. Nice. Rick said he's already in the buy. So Rick's waiting for that push back to the upside. And yeah, this would be a V, or is this a V3 right here, Maddie? Oh, the green, it was a green doji candle. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So Maddie confirmed that this was technically a V3 right here because this doji is actually green. But it's, we want a full candle. We want a candle that's pretty obvious and not, yeah, exactly. Maddie said he wanted a solid candle. Same. Yeah, I don't like taking trades when it's so small like that, where you have to zoom in to see if it's a green candle or a red candle. But yeah, technically that was a V3 entry if you zoomed in to see. Yeah, Rain said, yeah, the candle needs some food. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said it would have been nice to bounced off of open and order block in all time frames. Gotcha. Yeah, there goes that push up that we were looking for. So you guys can see these key areas right here. This is why I pay attention to these areas. This blue line here, I mentioned price would do one of two things. It'll either bounce off it, or it'll break below. And you guys can see right here, it did exactly that. It bounced right off it. Nice. Rick is holding on to it. I'd move a stop loss in profit if you can though, Rick, because this might be another fake out right here. If price comes back down for a retest, if it comes back for a retest right here, I think it'll break through and hit liquidity. So this is why you guys want to be a bit careful with these entries here. So hopefully you can move your stop loss in profit. Looks like it's going to come back for a retest. And let's see where this closes. If it closes below, it's going to hit liquidity, and then it'll probably just keep dropping. See. There we go. Came back for that retest. It's going to hit liquidity right here, and then it'll probably keep dropping even further. And this is why you guys don't want to hop in trades right away. This is why I'm being very conservative and patient, because these fake outs happen all the time. There you go. Price hit liquidity right there. And where is it going to go? Probably to the next area of liquidity below here. Possibly. It's not for sure going to happen, but you know, as I mentioned, if it drops below here, it's probably going to drop further. Yeah, this would technically be a high-low scalp. Say what Charles said, but I'm not going to take it. It's right at the sessions. Yeah, exactly. Decent sessions though. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Like I was mentioning before, if you guys are looking to take a sell right here, the thing that you guys want to look out for is this red line acts just like this blue line right here. One of two things will happen. Price will bounce right off the red line, or it'll break below and continue dropping further. And then as you guys can see right there, it's bouncing directly off that red line right there, which is the London high. Whenever price gets near these sessions, I don't trade around them at all, because you'll get a lot of this stuff happening here. So what I expect next is if price comes back down for a retest off the sessions, then I think it's going to break down further. If it doesn't, then I think price is going to push back up, because they'll just have a clean direct rejection right off the sessions and then a correction back to the upside. And if you guys have been following me for a while now, you guys can see these patterns come up every single day. It's the same thing almost every time. As you can see right here, price is now coming back for the retest. If it breaks and closes below here, so there you go for the retest. If it closes below here, then I think it's going to continue dropping. However, if it bounces off again, then it might just be bouncing up even higher for a correction. So there you go, double rejection off the sessions right there. Let's see if it goes for another retest or if it just swings right back to the upside. Yeah, you said looking like a good move up. Yeah, I can see that. Recovery back to the upside. Here's a clean chart. So as you guys can see right here, price is now setting up for direction for the next hour, right? So right here, you can see the direction from 6:30 to 7. It's now 7 to 9, right? Or 7 to 8 right here. Direction looks like it might be swinging right back to the upside for that correction. So that's why I have these lines drawn right here per hour. This is opening candle or opening time, 6:30 for the New York Stock Exchange. Then this is 7. So it's going to choose its direction from here. If it's bullish, then it'll just continue pushing bullish from 7 to 8. If not, then it'll do the opposite. But we'll see where it goes from here. Back to the 1 minute. No entry here off any of these really. All right, so some of you guys are looking over here on the 3 minute. So looking at this right here, there's a pending buy. But you guys can see here that the bias is actually a sell right now on the 3 minute. This is why it's a bit iffy. But there is one pending here. If this candle closes in the next minute and 30, then this would technically be a V3 on the 3 minute. Which I'm not going to be taking just yet, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm waiting for some sort of confirmation here. So I'm probably going to look for an entry here on the 1 minute. But you guys can see how messy the charts are moving right now. This is why you guys, in some situations like this, guys, it's probably best to just wait it out and maybe let like one trade play out and hit profit first before you hop into anything. That was weird. It looks like my trading view kind of froze for a second. Just clean this up a little bit. Markup liquidity over here. All right, so this is technically going to be the V3 for the 3 minute. It's kind of a big move though, so it's kind of risky, but I'll mark it. I'm not going to take this trade right here though, guys, so just FYI, I'm not hopping into that, at least not yet. That's another 5. All right. Yeah, D and Fahad confirmed that there's a triple confluence that's building up right here. That's one that I would be looking for as well. So if I see a triple confluence, I'll probably hop into that. But currently right now, I'm not really looking to hop into that 3 minute. Yeah, not really much going on there, but that is a 3 minute that was technically running. The problem with that is that there's no, like the bias here doesn't really line up, right? Because we do have a bullish bias here with fundamentals, but it's not lining up with the technicals right now. So looking at this right here, it's currently up 311 points. Looking at the actual stock index, it's pretty green. There's like 2 stocks or 3 stocks that are kind of red. Retail sentiment isn't really playing a factor today because it's not that strong. It's 55% long now. So, the bias might be shifting to a sell. This is why I'm like being really cautious about entering any trades at the moment. Because if this is shifting to a sell, then, price can just come right back down. And if it breaks below here, I think this is like a key area. If price breaks below here, then it'll easily continue to drop. But this is why you guys want to get caught in these traps here. Let me just clean this up. Let me take off this liquidity because price already hit it. And I'll kind of just update this a little bit right here. So as you guys can see, price isn't really doing much. It's kind of just going sideways. I know the fundamentals are very strong here for a buy, but if sentiment here starts to pick up and more people hop on the buy side, then I'm going to do the opposite and I'm going to hop on the sell side. Because bias can change, guys. Bias isn't going to sit there all day and just be a buy or be a sell for the entire day, right? We could have buys in the beginning and then it can easily shift to sells. So I'm not really looking for any, I don't have a clear bias right now. Yeah, Jason said, Sean and KT squad, I'm gone for the day. I'm on a train. My signal sucks. Hope everybody's having a profitable day. See you tomorrow. Definitely, Jason. So we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, you said the daily is a sell too. I'm feeling the shift. Yeah, which is no problem, guys. Like the thing is, market can shift at any moment. That's why you guys want to be a bit careful with hopping into trades, especially if your bias kind of played out already. Like earlier this morning, we had a bullish bias and it played out perfectly, hit all liquidity, and then now it's coming back down. So currently right now, looking at the technicals, we have a bearish bias. And the reason for that is because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red here on the 1 minute. Same on the 3 minute. I'm just going to take this off because I'm not in this trade. Price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Same with the 5 minute over here. So pretty much on all technicals on the short time frames, price is bearish. And the main reason is because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. The only thing that's really bullish at the moment specifically is the fundamentals. The fundamentals are a high impact confluence, but the thing is, if retail sentiment here starts to pick up on the buy side, then it's not going to be a strong confluence because you can just line this up with the technicals. Currently right now, our bias here is technically swinging to a sell because if this is long, we're looking to take sells. If the technicals here are also short, we're looking to take some sells too. The only thing that's pointing for a possible buy would be fundamentals here, but this is kind of played out already, right? This is it was bullish initially, and then now price is starting to make its way back down because you can see the big move here. Price pretty much pushed up, and then it corrected back down to where opening price was, this blue line, and then now it's trying to set its direction. That's why I'm waiting for some sort of confirmation before I hop into either a buy or a sell. And the thing is, we already made a big win from the morning, so we're able to be conservative right now. Exactly. Yeah, D said back-to-back signals. It's confused. Yeah, I agree 100%. That's why I'm kind of just waiting for this to basically get out of this area. Because the thing is, if price comes below here, then I'm definitely going to be looking for some sells. However, if price corrects back to the upside, then it's just going to correct back to our original bias, right? I'm going to take off this purple line here because this is not, or pink line. It's technically still relevant, but not really because price has already broken past it so many times. This is just where price was before news. The more important price point is going to be this blue line here, which is opening price. So market opened here at 630, and this is where price initially opened from. So the initial push to the upside here provided for a correction back to opening price. So big push to the upside here, correction back to where price was on open, and now price is just ranging around open price, right? This is why it's important because this is going to be a key area here to determine whether price is going to continue pushing back up or if it's going to drop below. So we'll just be waiting for this. Yeah, Charles said there's a V2 right here. Technically, there's a V2 entry right here. Looks like I already hit TP too. So if you guys are familiar with the older K2, or not really, they're not that old. It's just strategies that we're not applying as often. Technically a V2 right there would hit TP. That'd be the variation version 2. Right there. So we'll keep watching here. Price is hitting liquidity around this area. Yeah, this is technically a triple confluence right here. It's bouncing off the pivot stuff, so it's kind of risky. Actually, you're right. Yeah, so Randy confirmed that it's not a triple confluence because the trend meter is not green. So this would just be a high-low entry, but not a triple confluence. I'm not going to take it. Yeah, exactly. Brenda and Randy confirmed, both you guys, thanks for confirming that this is not a triple confluence because the trend meter has to be green. This would just be a high-low entry. So this would just be high-low by itself, but no triple confluence. Triple confluence requires the trend meter to also be green. Right there. Technically, still would have hit TP if you're just applying the high-low, but it is risky. And if your TP is not close enough, you might get wicked out, or if TP is not on point. So no entry off that. And this market kind of died down a bit after the trades earlier. Let's see. Right, iPhone. Yeah, iPhone said, I love how we know the rules so well that we can warn each other off from a hasty trade. No, I agree, definitely. And it's always a good thing. Yeah, Charles said the 3-minute is halfway to TP. So if you guys were looking at the 3-minute V3 variation that we were looking at earlier, it's right here. I'm not in the position, but it's the trade that we were looking at earlier. It's about to be at full TP. So as you guys can see, the strategy still work fine. It just depends on how conservative you want to be with your trades here. If price does swing back up, then that's great. It's going to correct back to the upside, and then we can start looking for trades in this direction. But let's see, fundamentals are still up. The only thing that worries me is retail sentiment here, because if this number continues to increase, I definitely don't want to be taking any buys. Nice. Eunice said already took a partial profit off the 3-minute V3. So nice work right there, Eunice. And to whoever took the trades there. Yeah, if you guys are in this V3, I'd recommend moving your stop loss in profit because it's bouncing off the pivots right here. It can just come right back down, or it can keep pushing up. Who knows? Nice. Yeah, Brock took it as well. So a lot of you guys actually took this 3 minute entry over here. I didn't take it myself, but I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here did take it and are in profit. Yeah, Brock, I took it anyway. Seems so good. Yeah, because the fundamentals are so strong for buy. So if you guys took it, great work. I'm not in it, but I will follow up with you guys. I do recommend you guys move your stop loss in profit though, if you guys are in that position. And if you guys are wondering which trade was this or what type of entry, it was a V3. Right there, we have the low, green candle following it, pending buy signal, and push to the upside. Back to the 1 minute for me. There just isn't anything for me to take at the moment. Kenny over here, locked in some nice profit. Kenny's currently up 2,485. Great work right there, Kenny. Narith over here, Narith's currently up 24,166. Nice work, Narith. Imelzan over here, his personal account locked in a total of 234. Nice work, Imelzan. And Kenny over here as well, currently up 2,485. And his other account right here, 2,875. Nice work, guys. And Rashid over here, nice work right here. Pretty much great consistency, all wins, no losses. Currently up 588 for the day. Nice work, Rashida. All right, guys, glad to see a lot of you guys here killing it. You guys are doing pretty good. Market looks kind of dead at this moment. Looking at the 1 minute price kind of just died down. You guys can see from this candle here, there's not really much going on. The range here kind of tight. Well, it didn't tighten up, but it's looks like it's going to barely move. It's only moved like about 150 pips in the last 5 minutes or so. It is 7:20. So as we get closer to 8, volatility kind of starts to die down a little bit. And this is fine. I want price to start ranging so that when price is done ranging, we can catch the breakout in whichever direction it wants to go. I'll keep updating these high lows here so that we can follow it. So we got one there, one pending right here. Oh, thanks, DJ. DJ also confirmed that there's news at 7:30. Let me check that out real quick. Yeah, so there's looks like a low impact. Let me check my forex or my FX bug. So yeah, today's the 15th. So I don't see anything myself here at 7:30. I do see there's like low impact news. So there's going to be some low impact news, which is CB leading index for the Aussie. And then we have in 39 minutes or 38 minutes, we have balance of trade, which is also low impact. But yeah, it's still news. So yeah, it's just Australia news. So I don't think it'll affect US30 very much, but there is still news. So something to maybe keep in mind if we start to see some weird movement around 7:30. Because even though it doesn't directly affect US30, it can indirectly affect it as well. All right, so price is currently just ranging within this area, which is fine. If price starts to range and it starts to squeeze within this area, then we can probably catch the breakout, whether it be above or whether it be below, possibly a triple confluence that could be building up. All right, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. That's it for now. So no triple confluence here because this low was never established, unfortunately. But the range is getting a little wider. So we'll give it some time. Let me go and update these. All right, get the low right here. I'm gonna update these here on the clean chart. But as you guys can see, price is making its way back up, right? So this is kind of what I was mentioning earlier, guys. So you guys can see from 7 to 8, price is now making its way up. So this is the direction. If you guys remember earlier, I mentioned, once it's 7, price is going to choose its direction. It's probably going to push there until 8. Once it hits 8, price will probably consolidate a bit, and then possibly mid-market reversal from like 10 to 12. So there's a direction there. You guys can see the bias here from 7 to 8 is now bullish. The 3-minute that we marked up earlier just hit full TP. So if you guys that were in that position, great work. Even if you moved your stop loss at profit, it still hit full TP there, because you just got to be careful with your positions, especially during these type of market conditions where there's no clear direction. But yeah, so full TP off that 3-minute there for whoever caught it. Great work. I think Charles caught it. A couple of you guys caught it too, Barack, and a few others. Let's take this off here. All right, here's the 1 minute. Not really much going on there. Let me take a look at the retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 55% long. It's not very strong, but it's starting to build up. Looking over at the fundamentals, it's still pretty high. It's currently up 388 points. So these are conflicting. Fundamentals are up. Retail sentiment is long. So we usually want these to be opposite of each other to have the similar confluence. But currently right now, retail sentiment is not going to be too useful. Fundamentals are currently bullish. Technicals are also bullish. You can see price is above the pivots. Trend mirror is green. On the 1 minute, same situation with the 3-minute, price is above the pivots now, and the trend meter is green. So looking at the technicals and fundamentals, both are indicating a bullish bias right now. The only problem that's really in the way is the fact that retail sentiment is actually long, which we would want this to be short if we're looking for buys here, but it's fine. We can probably catch some smaller moves to the upside if we see anything here. All right, let's see. So not really much here to take. Let me just put another high here. There we go. So Emilzon's asking, does price often retest price before news? It did last week and today. If there is a movement, so if there's a market reaction to news, then yeah, it generally comes back and retests. So like, for example, here, the news happened here at 5:30, or where was it? Yeah, 5:30 today. So this was where the news, if you guys were following earlier, I'm not sure if you were following earlier, Melzon, but this is where news happened today at 5:30. So the reaction to the news is that price came down, right? That's why we were looking for a buy here, because when price came back up, it came to retest the same area, and it came back down and retested again. So yeah, it does happen if there's a reaction. If there's no reaction, then it doesn't come back to retest because it never reacted to the news. But if there was, then yeah, more times than not, it does come back for a retest at some point, if it hasn't already. Yeah, no problem, Melzon. All right, so we do have a nice Brock made 2K off the 3-minute earlier. So great work, guys. So whoever caught that there. Yeah, I don't really see anything here, guys. Market's kind of just bounced around this area. It's just kind of ranging within this point right here. Price has just been stuck within this area in the past. Let's see. The past like 10 to 15 minutes, not much has really happened. This boxed area over here is just where price has been moving. So in the last 10 or 15 minutes, price hasn't really done too much. Let me get this right here. You said a 5-minute V3 sell. Yeah, technically, if this closes with a red candle, but there's still 2 minutes left on it, so this could be a lot of time. 3-minute over here, technically a sell there as well. But as you guys can see, so if you look here on the 3-minute, it's like pretty indecisive. Like it's good when price is pushing above like this. It's obviously bullish. But from right here, you can see prices just bouncing around these pivots right here. So there's no clear direction for these entries. It looks like it's coming back up. So our bias from earlier this morning for a buy looks like it's starting to play out again. The fundamentals are currently bullish. You know, it's up 383 points, 400 points actually. The entire stock index is pretty much green. So I'm definitely looking for buys still. The bias hasn't really changed. It just came back up. So the bias from this morning was bullish. It came back for pullback, and then it just came right back up to correct to where it was prior. So at the moment, my bias is still pretty bullish. We just have to see this play out here. Yeah, exactly. Barack said I'd be very careful with sells, maybe it's a tight TP. Yeah, I mean, I would too, because if you guys look at all the confluences here, everything's pretty much pointing towards a buy. Fundamentals are a buy, technicals are a buy. Retail sentiment is currently indecisive. It's 55% long, but you know, I would just disregard this for now until this goes higher to like maybe 65%, 70%, somewhere where there's a clear direction. But currently right now, it just looks like, you know, it's definitely going to be a buy. Unfortunately, we don't have a pullback yet. We need some sort of sell signal to pull back so that we can catch it, push up higher. That's basically what we're looking for at this moment, but we just don't have that yet at the moment. So Ruyan said, these market maker a-holes hit my stop and profit jerks, right? The market's just kind of moving kind of iffy right now. It's not really moving directional. So if you move your stop loss and profit too close, it'll probably get triggered, especially if your spread might be kind of wide too. Yeah, you said there's a 10-minute pivot buy right here. I can see that coming up right there as well. So this would technically be if you guys are using the pivot scalp strategy, this would technically be a buy right here. I'm not looking to take any sells still. My bias from this morning is still the same, still bullish. It'll change if the fundamentals start to shift, but they haven't shifted. If you look at the fundamentals here, they're still very green. So it's kind of like, you don't want to go against the grain when everything here is pretty much straight up green. So yeah, you guys can see the stock index right here. There's two stocks here that are red. The same ones that have been red pretty much all day today. 3M, it's less than a point in the red. And then Chevron as well. It's down like 1 point. So going back to the 1 minute over here, there's not going to be a pending buy. So we do need that retracement, guys. So like, I'm not going to be taking any buys until I have some sort of retracement, because we need this to come down, provide a sell signal, and then from there, I can catch it as it swings right back up to the upside. Update this right here. All right, so here's a clean chart over here, guys. Not really much going on over here. There's not even liquidity on either side because price just keeps triggering it. So there's liquidity on the bottom side right here. So if price does come back for a retest right here, it'll probably drop below further. But until then, there's not really much liquidity on the top side. So let's see. I mean, price is obviously bullish from like 7 to 8. You guys can see right here. This is when the candle opened for 7 o'clock. This is the 8 o'clock candle or time point. Price obviously bullish. No entry off this. So this would technically maybe be a V3 if there was a pending buy, but there's no pending buy right now. It's there's a pending sell because we need an opposite signal in order for us to take that. So over here. Nice, guys. So yeah, Barack over here currently up 5,000 for the day. Nice work, Barack. Made about 2,000 off that last trade that you took for a buy. Patrick over here as well. Patrick currently at 1,374. Nice work, Patrick. Yeah, solid profit there, guys. Okay, so here's a sell signal that we were looking for. This is fine if it closes. We actually wanted to close with the sell signal. Then we can catch it as it swings back up. If it doesn't close with the sell signal, we're not going to have that retracement that we need in order for us to take any buys. Yeah, well, it was close, but not exactly. Because we'd be looking for a double wick rejection. This is like a body, so it'd be a body and a wick rejection. All right, so unfortunately, we didn't get that sell signal there. We want that sell signal so we can catch that retracement, and then we can catch it on its way back up. Or even if price comes back below, this could be setting up for a triple confluence. But even so, we still need that sell signal. So the main thing we're looking for here is a retracement signal. And then we're going to catch momentum back up as price pushes back to the upside. All right. Market's not really doing much right now. Let's see. All right. Let me just check the other time frames. I'm still waiting on the 1 minute for that retracement. I haven't gotten that yet. Nothing on the 3 minute, nothing on the 5 minute, nothing on the 10 minute. Nothing's even happened here at all. There's actually a couple of snipes that were available right here. Or no, actually no, because there's no buy signal there. So no snipes either. There hasn't really been much. No snipes, no 10 minutes, no 5 minute entries, no 3 minute entries. Here's the 1 minute, but nothing's really happening. Let's see. Here's a clean chart. You guys can kind of see it better here that there's not really much going on. Volatility is pretty much died down right here. Price is now consolidating and ranging within this area, which can be preparing for possible breakout in one direction or the other. Randy said you haven't started yawning yet. Peter said his morning profits got him pumped, right? Yeah, no, that big move in the morning. I mean, it happened today and it happened yesterday. That definitely set the tone for the entire session. Here, let's see. Barack said it seems the bias will shift bearish and will run through the next 4 to 6 hours. I looked at the 4 hour. It looks like a rejection at current price. So yeah, Brock's looking at the 4 hour. I can even pull up the 4 hour here as well. Yeah, as you can see right here, price is rejecting right off that pivot. Right there, that's probably what Brock is looking at. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing here that's really indicating any entries. So before I could even take, there goes the sell signal. We want this to close here with the sell signal. And again, right there, no sell signal. It came down and then it just came right back up. Again, another candle there with no signal. There just isn't much going on. You guys can see these candles here. If I kind of just turn this off, you can see that there's not really much movement at all either. These candles are really small. There's a lot of wicks on both sides, but the bodies of the candles are super small. Let's see, Whitney's asking, do you ever do top-down analysis for like day, 4 hours to minute? Does that even matter when we're quick scalping? I never do it. It's not really necessary because the thing is, the higher time frames don't really equate to like any movement that's going to happen on the shorter time frames. Because like you'll have like a big move on the 5, like like you said, on the daily or the 4 hour. Like here, you can see that price is bouncing off. But the thing is, like each candle within it, like if you just measure the candle, this is like 1,000 pips. So it's kind of irrelevant because you're looking for the quicker moves. So I don't ever do a top-down analysis on the higher time frames. I do analysis from the shorter time frames, like 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, but I don't really go anything past that because like you really don't want to know what's going to happen 4 hours from now. You kind of want to know what's happening within the first couple minutes or so, since we're going for these smaller moves and these scalps. So yeah, I mean, if you're trading on the higher time frame, Whitney, like if you're trading like on the 10 minute, yeah, it would make sense for you to go on the higher time frames from there and look. But yeah, for the shorter time frames, like the 1 minute, I don't look at anything above the 10 because I just want to know what's happening right then and there. As you guys can see, there's not really much movement going on here on the 1. I mean, these candles are just getting smaller and smaller, which is kind of crazy because we're still in the middle of New York session. So you'd expect some of this to kind of push, but there's not really a push going on at all. Price is literally just ranging within this area. DeJohn said, where's the Tostitos? Yeah, those nachos are pretty good yesterday. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I was telling Tommy, I don't know where Tommy's at. He's not even in here. Yeah, yesterday, me and Tommy got a box suite over at the Warriors game. We were thinking, so maybe some point this year, I'll just buy out another box suite, and then, all you guys can come if you guys want. Because it was pretty fun having the box suite there. We could have a K2 event. Let's watch a basketball game or a baseball game or a football game. So maybe we could have a contest. We'll have a contest within K2. I'll book a box suite somewhere, and then we can, whoever meets whatever the requirements are, you guys can all come. Get some food, some drinks, all that. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, the box suites aren't that. I mean, they're kind of pricey, but they're not that pricey. Like I was thinking for them to be a lot more, but I think that'd be cool. And then basically. All you guys can come and meet. I think that'd be fun for everybody to just link up. Rick said Arizona Super Bowl next year. Go Waste Management same day. All right, Rick. All right, I guess we got to kill it this year, guys. We got to keep killing with these profits, and then we'll start planning for the next big K2 event. All right, guys, so looking at the charts here, there's not really much going on. You can see price is still pushing up. Our bias here is still bullish, but there isn't much for us to say. There's technically a high low that can come up right here, but I'm not going to say, actually, no, there isn't, because this candle didn't close above this line. So with price failing to close above there, there's now a new pending high right here. So we're just going to move this a little bit on this end. And the range just got a little bit wider, not that much, but just a little bit wider off this here. Here's a clean chart, not really much going on here either. You guys can see that it just pushed up a little bit higher, but still same range within this point. As price continues to push up, you can see that there's a lot more liquidity that's building up right here on the bottom side. So if price does continue pushing up slightly, then we might get some consolidation here, some more consolidation, and possibly mid-market reversal. If price does come back below here, then you can probably expect this liquidity to get hit and possibly push down even further. So one thing mine are these areas of liquidity, because they're going to play their part at some point. It might not play their part right now, but you know, the next couple hours or so, price will shift back to the bottom side, and it'll just hit all this liquidity back to the bottom. But yeah, for the most part, there isn't really much for us to take here. We're still technically looking for that retracement on the 1 minute. So if you guys remember, this whole time right here, we were looking for a sell signal to come up. It would come up and then it would disappear. The reason why we need that is because in order for us to take buys, we need this fourth requirement here, pending momentum in the direction. So we don't have that. And since we don't have that, there's not going to be any entries for us to take here for any buys. All right, let's have next. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your question and answer whatever questions you guys have right now. Just a reminder, our mentoring session will be held tomorrow. I'll give you guys a little update in the group. We're probably gonna have it tomorrow, which is Wednesday, February 16th at 2 p.m. Pacific. I'll send an announcement in the group, but yeah, our mentoring session will be tomorrow. So if your questions don't get answered today or tomorrow, you know, just keep it in mind. And then when we have our mentoring session tomorrow, I can go over your question in detail. Here, let's see. Patricia said, we are not going to get before we end the session. And price is entering a sell order block area. Price is in a weird area. Yeah. So Patricia said that, you know, basically price, we're not going to get an entry before 8. It's also like in a weird area because it's entering a sell order block, you know, basically area at the moment. Let me see if I can find it on mine. Okay, I see it. Yeah, so Patricia did mention that price is entering like this whole area right here is an order block. So as you can see, price is getting close to it. What might happen is when price reaches this area, is it might just bounce right back down, or it can break through and continue pushing up higher. Right, one of two things can happen. But yeah, this area is a sell order block. So just like what Patricia mentioned, you know, we're probably not going to get any entries. Price might just consolidate here for a bit before it reaches this area. And then when it does reach this area, it'll either break through it or it'll bounce off and come right back down. Either way, it can be a big move that can be caught either way, but it's definitely going to be a bit of a risky area to be trading, just like, you know, because it's getting close to it. This candle here is getting a little bit closer to it. It hasn't touched it yet, but there you go. Price broke into the order block. And from now, we'll see if price ends up bouncing off or breaking through. But we definitely don't have our retracement yet. So either way, we wouldn't have an entry to take even if we saw like a buy or something like that. Here's the high low. And you can see right there, price is kind of bouncing off it. Big wick on the top side right there. So there goes that rejection. It's rejecting off that order block. But we'll see if it continues to push up higher. It's 7:47 right now, so it's going to be 8 in about 13 minutes. Doesn't look like we're going to have any entries at this point. This might be a V1 variation right here, if you guys are familiar with it, but I'm not going to counter trend trade here. So even if I saw that V1 there, I wouldn't take it for a sell, even though it's probably going to push down to hit TP. It's just too risky because you don't want to trade against the fundamentals when they're this strong. Fundamentals are currently up 428 points. Stock index here is still pretty green for the most part. There's like 3 stocks here that are red, and they're not even that red. two here less than a point. Chevron's still down 1.46. Looking over here at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment's currently 53% long. So either way, I wouldn't take any sells at this moment. Yeah, so technically a V1 right there, but I wouldn't have taken it. Yeah, I mean, everything's still pointing towards a buy, guys. Looking over here at the fundamentals, they're very bullish. It's up 400 points. Looking at technicals right here as well, it's above the pivots, trend meters green. Same with the 3-minute over here. Price is above the pivots, trend meters green. Same with the 5, and same with the 10. So here's the 10-minute that we were looking at earlier, the pivot scalp entry. I forgot who called it out earlier, but it's still running and it's in profit. But as you can see, there's not really much movement here. So technically, if you took the V1 right here, looks like it's on its way to TP. Or, yeah, it's like almost there already. This technically would have been a V1 entry if you're applying the first variation. Not one that I would recommend taking, but that would be the V1. Yeah, other than that, guys, I don't think we're going to have this from now until 8. Generally, I stop trading after 8 anyway, so if I don't see anything here, then definitely nothing for me to take. I was hoping we'd probably get a sell signal here because I'm still looking for buys. Even though it's in a sell order block right here, I would still be looking for buys if we did have that retracement to the downside and a push back up, but we never got it. So we haven't had a momentum signal since 7:16. So it's been about over 35 minutes since we had a momentum signal. We had pending ones here for sells, but they never closed. So unfortunately, it never pulled back and gave us the opportunity to hop in for a buy. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get anything from now until 8. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I think you guys should probably just chill out for the day, especially if you guys made a lot of profit with me earlier this morning. I'm currently up here. Let's see. So let's just add up the profit I made from today. And this is all the stuff that I did on the live. So basically for right here, I made 353. So 353 plus this account right here, 11,800 plus this one right here, 11,500 plus this one right here, I made 11,910. And this one, of course, my main account, 11,590. So just off that one trade right there that I took with you guys here on the live, you guys saw the analysis and everything play out. Just that one trade, this is how much I locked in for the day. So, if you guys can just be patient and be focused on you don't really need to take like 100 trades. If you could just focus on like one perfect trade per day, you can make a lot of profit off this. This is why I'm being a little more conservative here, because we just don't even have an entry. Even if we had an entry, I'd probably still be a bit careful because I wouldn't want to throw any of my profits away. See, Patrick over here posted his profits as well, locked in 2,864. Nice work, Patrick. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys locked in some pretty good profit off that trade earlier. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to have another scalp available within the next 9 minutes or so. So I think we'll just wrap it up early, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. I did get a bunch of emails last night. I was at the Warriors game, so I didn't get a chance to look at any of the emails yet, but I will take a look at them now. Here's the pending sell that we were looking for. But it disappeared. As you can see, the market's not really giving us what we need. Technically, this would be a V1, not one that I would take, but it would technically be a V1 right here if it closes. Yeah, I'm not going to hop into it though. As you guys can see, the market's not really moving very smoothly. It's kind of just going back and forth, and we still don't have those sell signals that we've been waiting for pretty much all morning. This would be a V1 here. Obviously, I'm not going to take it, but Just wanted to show you guys that this would be that one right there. So V1 right there for a buy. I'm not in the position. The reason why I'm not in is because we don't have that pending. I know it's not a requirement for this year, but it's one that we've been using for pretty much all the entries. I think the V1 would be probably the more riskier would be the riskier variation. I would prefer to just stick with the V2 or the V3. V1's pretty risky because it's more of a counter trend strategy where you can kind of take in both directions. Actually, this wouldn't even be a V1 because there's no low there. You need to confirm the high low. So there's no low there. So yeah, nothing off that. So, all right, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram or email me. Otherwise, just a reminder, we are going to have our group mentoring session tomorrow. So if you guys do have any specific questions, I'd recommend just saving them for tomorrow. If there's any trade that you guys want me to cover, just get the timestamp down and then we can review them to see what could have been done differently. But other than that, guys, I think that's it for today. So one question from Matt. Matt's asking, does the V1 have to be consecutive? Yeah, it has to be the one right after it because it's a double wick rejection. So you need to confirm the high low, and then you would need to have a double wick right off that high or that low because you're just looking for a quick bounce off that specific price point. Yeah, no problem, Matt. Definitely. No problem, guys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the next live session. If you guys have questions, you're always welcome to message me on Telegram. But other than that, I'm going to call it a day. If you guys do decide to trade, make sure to use proper risk management or just call it a day. If you guys made pretty good profit today, just call it a day and then come back tomorrow when the market does, obviously pick back up. Market's pretty dead right now, so I wouldn't really risk it hopping into something that's not really there because once you start doing that, you're going to force trades and that never ends well. So other than